think I'm on. I mean, hi. I forgot to watch to be coming on. Uh-oh, that screen is reflecting in my glasses. Hey, how is everybody? Can you hear me? Hey, Kathy, Leslie, or Lisa, sorry. And Sharon and Diane, and I've got several Facebook users. So, those of you that just say Facebook users, at the right above in this same post with this video, there is, it says I'm broadcasting with Ecamm Live, and there's a little link. If you click on that link, it will do something. Hold on, let me tell you what it does. You click on the link, it'll tell you out and say connect with live, and it says hello, you're connected. And then just go right back over to Facebook, and I would be able to see your name. So, and I've got my other screen up so I can see my name, see everybody over here as well. So I think it's easier if I look into my phone instead of over at my other screen, though. So, how is everybody doing? I see you, Sharon, Stacy, Joyce. Okay, so we have so much to talk about. Holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. All I can say is, Mr. Wilson, I don't know if you can see that little chair right there. There it is. There's the hand. So he's sitting at his computer right there. He's designing some forms I requested. And so we've had a HE double hockey stick start to our 2024. Hello from Arizona. So we did not make it to ClayCon West, as you know, because of the weather. Well, let me tell you something about this weather. Let me see. How many people do I have on and what time are we at? 41. We're at 5:02. I'll hold off my fun little story for just a little bit. Let some more people get going. Crack that whip. New forms. Yes. New forms for the firefighters. So, yes. I will be telling the story about the firefighters. That's for sure. Anyhow, so here, while we're waiting, well, I guess I should start making stories first. Okay, so we have all of our existing orders out, shipped, gone to their people's, all done. Must there, I'm trying to see. Oh, hey, thank you, Barbara. Okay, well, we thought maybe there was a better plan in store for us too, but oh gosh. You know what? Hit the fan. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So first off, we did get all of our orders out. We're completely caught up. We have no orders in the queue, and we have not opened the website yet. So when we do open up the website, we'll be starting from scratch. We got everything done. We thought we were going to have all this extra time, but of course we had all the stuff to make for ClayCon West, and I'm busy sitting here making it, and start talking to Paula McCoy. And this was the day before we were going to leave. And Paula is like, you need to go look at the weather. I'm like, what? She goes, you need to look at the weather. I'm like, why? And she started going into the snow and all that. And I'm like getting sicker at my stomach and sicker at my stomach. I don't drive in inclement weather. I live in Texas. Nobody knows how to drive in inclement weather here. And so we started watching the weather. And the more we started watching it, the more I started to panic and think, oh my gosh, how are we going to get through? I mean, we have a 19-hour drive one way. And half of where we were going uh, was already predicting the snow, the ice, the road shut down, the little mountain windy roads. And I was like, oh my God. Well, we watched and we watched and we watched. And we finally decided that it was not smart for us to make that drive. That was a very difficult decision. Very difficult decision. We have worked so long, so hard to get ready for that. I mean, come on. Through the Christmas holiday, this is our only income. And through the Christmas holiday, since November 5th, we shut down orders in order to take care of our customers and get ready for this show. So, yeah, we were a little bit sad by this. Well, let me explain. The couple days that we should have been driving and at ClayCon, here's what happened on our home front. Our temperatures went down to 9, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. And we had 2 faucets freeze. And so, do I say who fixed them? Okay, so we had 2 faucets freeze. Our front faucet and our back faucet. And our back faucet's right under my kitchen window, which my stove, what are those called? Stovetops? Cooktop. My cooktop's right under that. And my cabinets that house my pots and pans. So, Mr. Wilson goes out with his torch to unfreeze the faucet. Oh, wait. Let me go backwards first. A few days before we were ready to leave, our refrigerator goes out. So, we had just gone grocery shopping. So, all the groceries are in 3 big ice chests in my kitchen. And the things that could survive without the fridge were all over my counters. And the things that didn't survive went to the trash. It took us 3 days or 4 days, Mr. Wilson? 3 or 4 days to get another refrigerator because you couldn't get anything delivered, right? So we got the refrigerator and started to put that stuff back together. Well, in the midst of everything. Well, then we got the freeze, and Mr. Wilson goes out with his torch to torch the faucet, and the one under the stove window. And so he torched that, and I'm in here designing and making stuff and whatever. And Mr. Wilson comes in here and goes, come here. I went out there and I'm like, he goes, what do you smell? And I said, I smell smoke. Well, we couldn't figure out where the smoke was coming from or that fire. I said, I smell fire. And I said, well, we don't have a fire going in the fireplace, but maybe somebody close by has a fire. I mean, it is, 10 degrees outside. Nobody was burning. And we kept smelling it and kept smelling it. And we're running around trying to figure out where this, and then in my kitchen area, I have like 19 can lights. I have lights everywhere. I light up like a runway. And we're flipping them all on because we're starting to see it's hazy in there. And I'm like, is it the glare from the lights? Is there smoke? And we're smelling it. And we're running around. I start throwing everything out of the cupboards because he told me what he did outside by the faucet. So I started throwing everything out of the cupboards, and I'm crawling and I'm feeling the walls in there, and it's not hot. So I call my daughter that lives across the pasture. I said, I need you to come over here. She goes, Mom, it's cold out. I said, I need you to come over here right now. So she comes walking in the door. I said, what do you smell? She goes, fire. And I see smoke. And I'm like, well, by this time, Mr. Wilson had just, right before she walked in, Mr. Wilson had said, oh my God, I got it. I know what it is. So he goes and grabs a electric saw, and he's climbing down in the cabinet, start sawing out the back of my cabinets and the wall. And I know there's 220 under there. So I kicked this fire. I'm like, get out of there. You got to go shut off the breaker. The breaker wasn't labeled. I know, Stacy. I need you to come here. Anyway, so he gets out. He goes and shuts off the breaker. He's running, gets back down on there. He's cutting through the cabinets in the wall. The insulation inside the wall was smoldering on fire. And he's scooping it out and running through, throwing it out the back door. I'm grabbing gallons of water, and we're squirting gallons of water into the wall. My daughter is on the phone with the fire department, and she calls the fire department. She was mad at me because I didn't call the fire department. So she called the fire department. We've got 3 fire engines, an EMS unit, and out of these 3 fire engines roll out like 4 guys out of each unit. So we have 12 guys out of the fire department, and we got 2 guys in EMS, and they're all grabbing their stuff and their big axes, and they're running into the house. And I'm like, I think we got it. I think we got it. Don't. And anyway, bottom line was we had it out, and they checked all the walls, and they said, no, you're good. But by this time, the 5-6 gallons of water that was thrown into the wall is now coming up under my wood floors. So you walk on my wood floors, and it's going, and it's coming through the cracks. I'm like, oh my God. So fire department leaves, EMS leaves. We pull out the new refrigerator, and we take the wood floor up under the refrigerator, which is next to where this all took place. And we got the shop vac, and we're sucking up all this water, hoping to save the floors. So that's that, right? So we get through the day. We get that mess cleaned up, and finally go to bed that night. Well, I get up about midnight to go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, and when it's a freeze like that, I always hit the faucet just to double check. No water. Look out the window. We have a well, and so it has to have heat lights in it. And I couldn't see red glowing out of the well house. And I'm like, oh my God. So I go wake up Dale. Mr. Wilson, there's no light coming from the well house, and the water's not working. So, what was the name of that thing?
Pressure switch. It's a pressure switch.
The pressure switch was freezing up and overcycling or not cycling or whatever. And so he's out there heating that up, and I'm like, heating that, getting that to cycle on so we could get water. And as soon as he wouldn't manually do it, it would stop. Needless to say, we spent all night long baby in that well all night long because we couldn't have that freeze and pipes burst. Had the water well people here by 8 o'clock to fix that. So that's been our 2024 so far. Is that just a fun 2024? So those of you that are at ClayCon, let me tell you, I would have much rather been there. Oh my gosh. So I stayed in touch with Paulus, who was super, super sick, and we couldn't drive. But Paula and I are working on a collaboration. Several of them, actually. Yeah, I know. It's been a double hockey sticks for us. So I've been working on a collaboration with Paula, and I've got all of these. These are the color concentrates. And then I've got, that's that. I got these also. And I got these, all these wonderful brushes. And I have another order. I'm going to meet Paula on Friday to pick up another order. And we meet so that I can pick up stuff from her and she picks up stuff from me. And we have some really nice collaborations in the works for you guys. So that's going on. Yes, it would have been less stressful and expensive to have gone to ClayCon. Trust me, it would have. And we might have gotten some orders. We haven't taken orders since November 5th, guys. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to get jumping into these with stuff I'm working on and stuff that I'm making for Paula as well. And so I got these. I got her several of her brushes. This is, let's see, this is the 4-piece set of Sumi brushes. And this one is a 5200 Kolinsky shader brush. The shader. And these are a couple little liner brushes. So when you see what I'm cooking up, what she's cooking up, and what we're cooking up together, it is going to be so super fun. Pork and beans.
Cooking up? Are you cooking up pork and beans?
I said what we're cooking up, and he says pork and beans. No, I'm not cooking up pork and beans. He did make deer chili today. Okay, so let's talk for a minute about Claycon West. So I'm working with Joe. Joe is let me see, he hasn't sent it yet, but he is going to get me an email list, a list of emails of all the participants that were at, or the registrants that were at Claycon West. And I will email that group of people and let them know I am going to hold a private showing, private ordering, private whatever. I'm going to lock down my website, the whole website, with a password. And the only people that are going to have the password are those that were registered for Claycon West. Because as you all know, we have quite a few new things that we were going to launch at Claycon West. And that we were going to launch at Claycon West, and that they were going to get, those people at Claycon West were going to have first rights to order and all of that kind of stuff. And just because we didn't go, I feel that I should still give that. So we will password the whole website. So I'll put announcements out, because I'm going to do it for 2 days. 2 days only, just like it would have been 2 days only at Claycon West. And if you were a registrant at Claycon West that receives the email and you want to go online and order, there will be a discount involved in that as well. And so, yes, it is going to be a Claycon West attendee private group sale. And so I want to take care of that, because that was promised. Once we get through that, then I'm going to open it back to everybody that, I'm actually going to take a day. And so I'm going to take 2 days and have it locked down for Claycon West. Then I'm going to lock it down 1 additional day to my founders group. Then I'm going to open it up to the public. So that's what it's going to be. Now, I'm going to show you just a couple things that are new. I'm not going to show everything that's new. Claycon West people will get first chance at purchasing the new things. And we have a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to show. But let me show you a couple things. First off, I was going to have these at Claycon West. Look at these. This mug, which has a double texture in it. These 4 mugs I'm getting ready to show you were made and sent to me by our very own founder, Melody Adams, to take to Claycon and show textures. Well, I didn't get to go, so I want to show them. I think she's had them posted out there, but gosh, these are in person. Look at those double textures. This texture right here, the knitted, what did we call this? Knitted, cable knit flowers. Look at that design of a cable knit.
That Founders box, wasn't it?
Yes. Now this design was in a founders only project box. So it was only available to the founders, and every founder it was sent out, and it actually has a border around it. It's actually a big one of our 3D carved boards, but Melody took it and made a mug out of it, along with our mug template. That I think the mug template is on the website. So she took that, and the template was actually this designed for this way, but she did an upside down one, which I never even thought about doing. And I think this is awesome as well. And this is with our Montana leather texture. So tonight, if you're waiting for me to make something, you're going to have a long wait because I'm not making anything tonight. I'm just giving a little bit of show and tell, and I'm going to tell you the direction we're going. And then look at this. This is the October box. This is Winter Berries design. Look at these flowers. And this one has, she used the triple texture Montana leather rolling pin inside of there. But these new 3D carved texture boards that we're doing, look at the depth. Can you see the depth of that? Look at the depth of these designs. And then this one she made using, this is one of our regular wood rolling pins and one of our stamps, the whole stamp series for the whiskey bar. Just absolutely love it. That was 4. Yeah, the October box, for those of you that didn't order, because we only had it up for I think a week before we closed down, the Winterberry is just gorgeous. Again, that's this one right here. And that comes with a texture board, a form, and a template. Was there anything else in the October box? I think it was those 3 things. And
the October box, it was
and a stencil. Oh. And there was a stencil and 2 templates. A stencil, a form, and a board with that design on it. It was huge. So, sorry, Melody, I'm clacking them together. So if you didn't order, that, I had to shut down. I see. Shut down. Sorry. No, that's okay. Anyway, so that was when it was in its, I don't know what's in the box stage for y'all. And when I open back up, that will be available and it will have pictures of everything in it. And of course, then the price goes up. With that in mind, I want to give you a quick little clue. So this year, I had planned on announcing this last year, so I was going to say next year, but this year, Mr. Wilson and I are definitely going to slow down. For the newbie here, the box is we started doing what's called a project kit. And the project kit is unknown to you as to what's going to be inside of it, first off. And you have the ability to order it. And then after a certain amount of time, I reveal what's in the box. And then if somebody wants to order it when they've already seen what's in the box, the price goes up. So here's what we're going to do. We are planning on doing a project box a quarter. 1 a quarter. So for a year. And how we think we are going to structure that is you can, and I haven't worked out all the details, but I'm madly working on it. So there's going to be 3 levels of pricing. There's going to be the ability to uh, do a subscription for the project box. You can subscribe so that each project box, when they come out for a year, you'll automatically your whatever credit card or whatever, when it comes out, would then get charged for that box. And it's an unknown product. You don't know what's in that box. We've had the Christmas in July box, and then we've had this October winter berries. The value of the box is huge compared to the price that you pay in its unknown state. And the subscription is in the unknown state. The subscription will be the lowest cost of the box of anybody. So, and if you don't want to sign up for a subscription, that's totally fine too. The next tier will be if you want to order the subscription box before we reveal what's inside of it. So, subscription people will get the lowest price. Then it will go up some for the people that don't want to be a subscription but want to order it when it's in its unknown state. Then and there will be deadlines of this, and then once we hit the deadline and we reveal what's in the box, then anybody that wants to order it, once they've seen the contents of the box, that's going to be the highest price. For instance, just as an example, our first one, Christmas in July, I think that was priced at $59.99, unknown, when nobody knew at all what it was. And once it was revealed, it was $75.99 or something. And I mean, we couldn't keep those in stock. They were going so fast. That Christmas in July with that Montana leather design was just fabulous. We loved it. Let's see. Will there be... I wanted to order for Christmas gift. When I order, there will be a slight discount available. I wanted to order PLMK. I'm not sure what that means. When your one-day order will be... Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, please let me know. Got that. Okay, so, will there be an annual cost that you could pay up front? We're working on the details. Let me think about that. Because if there's an annual cost, that would lock you in for the year because you would get the best price. Therefore, it would be non-refundable. So you would get your 4 boxes in that year. Of course, this year, maybe 3, depending on time from right now. But we'll see. We'll see how this is all going to play out. My light's going out. The other thing that we're going to do is we're thinking about... My light's going out.
You need the other light turned on.
No, not yet. The other thing we're thinking about is a texture, a quarterly texture as well. Can you see all the flashing? Yeah, you're gonna hold on. My light up here's going out. Let me... Oh, I can't find the button. Oh well. That's okay. I'll just leave it. But I got a better light on. So anyway, we're probably going to do a quarterly texture as well. And I'm going to do webinars. A quarterly webinar. So there's going to be 3 quarterly items that you can consider, and it would be completely spread out. So like a project box, 6 weeks later we would be doing like a texture, or 6 weeks later we'd be doing a webinar. 6 weeks later it's back to a project box. So things are going to come out not all the time, but like probably every 6 or 8 weeks or so, because we have to slow down some. That's just how we just have to slow down. So let me show you a couple of the new things. So in the Christmas in July box, and the reason we're doing the 3 different types of things is to try to pick something that different people will like. And I don't know when the next project box is going to be. I have a bunch of things created for project boxes that I'm not showing you. These are things that won't be in a project box that I'm showing you tonight. But I have a bunch of things made up for project boxes. And obviously I can't show you those because first level project boxes unseen. So in the Christmas in July project box, we did the Montana leather with that curvaceous rectangle shape. Well, we have now made the curvaceous rectangle in a hybrid, our signature rounded bottoms and our signature finger holds. And this is just the slight 22-degree angle, and this is not fired, this is just this fired, and this is how tall it becomes and what that shape looks like in a dish. And this is just with a small lip template, so it just has the tiny little rim on it. So this shape, and we actually will now have this curvaceous rectangle in our singles in the full set of sizes from the baby up to the 12 and a half, 14. 14 is the biggest single, right? Yes. To the 14. So this shape is now going to be out, and that's what it looks like in the big dish. So that's curvaceous rectangles. I don't have the form in here, but our buckle form that came out in the big platters, the size I was holding, Dil, what size was that? This one. This is the 8 or the 6.5?
That's the 8.
This is the 8-inch. And it made this size dish to my hand. That's a good size dish for 8 inches. A big 8 inches. So the buckle form came out a month or 2 ago in the big platter shape. I don't have the actual form here, but I have a bowl that I made. This was, what size was this one?
10-3.
I made this with the hybrid 10 3 deep. And look at the size of this bowl. Now, I put this divider in a fancy foot because this is actually my son-in-law's Christmas present that I need to clear, glaze, and fire. This is colored clay. And the reason it's divided is because on his coffee table, he has 2 bowls, one with full pistachios, and one where he spits all the shells. So I made him a divided bowl for his pistachio nuts. And I just have to clear glaze it. This was his Christmas gift that he hasn't gotten yet because I haven't clear glazed it. But this is the shape of the buckle hybrid, the 10-3. That's how big that is. And I used the buckle rim template with that. Okay. Oh, and the baby buckle. The baby buckle is now available. Look at the baby. Is that not adorable? Our baby hybrids are the first. We came out with these, our baby hybrids, a year ago or something. And so the buckle is just now out, and I can't wait to play with this. It is just adorable. And see, you got your finger holds. But look at this little baby. What a gorgeous little shape. On that last dish I showed you, I did use a template, Amanda. It was the buckle template. Is that what that buckle's called?
Huh?
The buckle template?
I believe so.
I think it's called the buckle as well. It's out though. It's been out. Or bubble bowl. The bubble bowl that is completely round is now available in the 6.5. Is this 6.5?
Is it the bubble? Yes, that's the 6.5.
It's this one's a 6.5. Yes, we'll have the baby templates as well. Always will have the baby templates. So this is our bubble bowl is now available in 6.5, 8, 10, and 12. And if you saw all of the bowls that Billy Sanger just put up, she used our bubble bowls for those. And that were these. So you see how this bubble bowl kind of splays out? The bigger it gets, the 8, the 10, and the 13, and the 12, they splay out even more to make that big curve. Well, we also have the soup bowl, which if I had the bigger bowl in here, you'd see it. These have a slight flat on the top, and they come down more to make an actual soup bowl versus the bubble bowl. So, how many babies do we have now? Almost all of our shapes have babies. Like I said, we started out with our baby hybrids, the rounded, the finger holds, and 3 deep. And we made those in all of our shapes. So that's exciting. The bubble bowl only came in a round. So the bubble bowl now comes in our solar eclipse, which is our oval. We now have that in the bubble, which is the total round. There's no flat, there's no edge, there's no nothing. So this is the solar bubble. Let me look at my list and I'll tell you what sizes. The solar bubble will be a 6.5. This one is the 8 inch, but it'll be available in the 6.5, the 8, 10, and 12. And we've been asked a lot for this solar bubble. I just love rubbing it. It's like rubbing a bald head. Let's see. We have a double dipper tray form, and it is, let's see the size. It is a 6x12, and each square is a 5x5. And this is the double dipper form. And what I want you to see is you don't even need a template with this because it's got this outer edge. These forms, they're straight in the center. So when you put your clay over it and bring your finger down, it's going to give you a tray with the, let's see. So it would be like this. So it'll be dipped in and come up and dipped in, all in one piece. And it's got these fun, whimsical little swoops. So this is going to be the double dipper, and right now it's just in this shape, in this size. Again, this is a 6x12, and it's going to be. I have several projects that'll be used with this, and so you're gonna love what those projects are. But this is awesome, awesome. I have a budget too, but I like to pretend that I don't. Okay. This tray needs a name. Mr. Wilson and I are back and forth between the lemon tray, the football tray. I think we last called it the lemon dipper. But this is the lemon dipper. This is the back. And it has, I mean, these could be, you could create this. So when you put your clay over it and turn it over, you've got the 3 inserts, and then you're going to have, that's where your clay will come up. And this looks like a football or a lemon drop. So it's got all kinds of different ways of decorating it and making it look totally different. And this is 13 by 13 at this point. And then these little footballs are 7 1/4 by 5. But it's a single tray. So triple lemon tray. Yes, party's on. Or the football party. If you are a whatever that big football game is that comes up here in January or February, Super Bowl, that it. Could you imagine that for a Super Bowl party or a personal little chip and dip for each person at your Super Bowl party? So that'll be out. Where did you not bring a form for this?
Form for what?
These.
I thought you had them in here.
I don't have the form for this one. Well, I didn't bring the form in here for these.
You want me to go get it?
What for?
That one.
Well, that's not going to do any good. You're still going to walk in front of the camera.
Well, not the first time.
No. So we have a form that I made this from.
Well, you go get it.
This is like the salad bowl. Goes out, and it's curved on the outsides. That's the, is this the 2 or 3? This was 40. Same thing. Mr. Wilson took this bowl, and he eats his salad out of it, and I eat my salad out of this one. And so the shape of these are just, and they stack. Now this one, they stack inside of each other in the cabinet. And I have about 4 of these. And I absolutely love these. I would love to see an artichoke bowl. 2 bowls. Where did it go over here? 2 big bowls and 1 little one all connected. Sue, if you will email me some type of picture of what you're talking about, I can certainly work on that. I'm going to show you just a couple of the boards because other boards are still out in the shop and it's frozen out there, and some are going to go for project boxes. Here's one of the new boards, and these things are so darn deep. This is 15 by 7, and I leave space on the top and bottom so that you can do the bottom and a lip without the texture being where your lip's going to be. But I run them off the side edges. That's intentional so that you're not stopped. You can make this as big as you want, and you'll have texture all the way around until you decide to cut it. So I have that one. I think this comes in a roller as well, and a stamp. Here's another one. That this one also, both of these also come in a 14 1/4 by 14 1/4. And then, oh, I threw away that piece. Oh my gosh. Okay. The piece of clay. Oh no. Hold on, guys. I got to get something real quick. Hold on. Okay. I had to go get something. So, this was just while this board was actually carving on the machine, I couldn't stand it. I went out in the shop while the machine was running and the board was full of sawdust, and I took my little ball of clay, and when the machine went down to this end, I put the clay in this end and pulled it back out, and this is what I got. Well, let me see. There you go. What do you think of that? That is the pillow, and it is 7 by 15. And again, I left a smaller end for the foot, the bottom, and a little more if you want a bigger lip, and came off the edges so you can wrap it around however long you want. I will tell you, after the Clay Conquest credit bill, diamond tucking, yes. And I will tell you, this one will be a little pricier than the normal boards, because this one, this one is a double carve. This little board, 15 by 7, took an hour and 45 minutes. So this one, when you see this one at a higher price than the rest, no, I didn't make a mistake in my pricing. These versus these, I could make 3 of these for 1 of these. But, and so I don't think we're going to offer this in a 14 by 14 right now, because it would take way too long. But I had to do this one. It is just unbelievable. Look at that. And the depth of that is so pillowy. Look at the puff. Look at the puff of that pillow board. So, now I will tell you, again, most of these are also in a pen. Except for the pillow. And I have, that's just a sampling. I have a bunch more boards for boxes, for the project boxes. So that's just an idea of what a project box kind of might have. Polished paints would be something that would be really good to use in some of the upcoming project boxes. So tell me in the chat down here, do I have videos showing how to use those boards? Yes. Who was it? Oh, Charlotte. Yes, there are videos here in this group, and or on YouTube. Thank you, Katrina. Of how to use those. And what I will tell you, I will start showing how to use them as well. But I'm going to tell you that if you saw the Christmas in July box, it was a board and it had a shape with a border on it. And so what you do is you roll your clay on it and then you lift your clay off. We have found the lasered boards, the clay does tend to tend to stick more. And the design is more flat, whereas these carved boards, you get the I don't have anything in here, but it sticks way up. It's very deep and it's kind of a rounded shape, which I love. But when you get your board, these boards are made out of the same material as our forms, which is the top of the line, the highest level of that material that you can get. So it doesn't swell up in water, it doesn't chip out, and the same thing with the boards. So you do not oil them or anything. It is not a 2x4 piece of wood, which you would want to oil. These boards are different and you don't want to oil them. If you're using a super, super, super sticky clay and you see that you're getting any kind of sticking, which I have never had yet, you can lightly dust it with cornstarch. But do not put oil on it. Don't soak them in water or any of that kind of stuff. But I'm going to be putting out more videos, and most everything is going to be going out to YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd suggest you do that, because I'm going to be moving away from Facebook because there's just so much going on with Facebook that is terrible, terrible, terrible. And so I'm going to be doing most of it on YouTube, but I'll do the announcing on Facebook and a link so that you can all get out there. When you drop it, it doesn't chip. Okay, so Nancy, I cannot guarantee that. I can tell you I have dropped them many times and it has not. But again, it is a wood product. So it's going to depend on if you drop it and it lands right on a sharp edge, it could. If you drop it and it lands on something sharp and gouges it. So, but I will tell you, they are 100 times more durable than products not made by this high grade material, if that makes any sense to you. Let's see, what else? So we're going to slow down. I know I just showed you a whole bunch of stuff and tell you we're going to slow down. I'm rebuilding the website. I'm trying to actually move off of Squarespace altogether, because Squarespace, if you order a rolling pin and a form, Squarespace gets all screwed up and doesn't know how to charge shipping for it. And I don't even know how it does. Sometimes it will charge 10 times the shipping that it should charge. And I know we've lost a lot of sales with people going, oh man, look at that shipping. Nope, click and this leave. I will tell you, if you see an astronomical shipping charge, message me, because you can tell me what, or send me a screenshot of what you're wanting to order along with your address, and I can run it through the actual shipping software and give you a more accurate. But it seems to only happen when there's a rolling pin and forms that it messes its little head up. But I am looking to switch to Shopify. Yeah, Shopify. And yes, I am going to be doing workshops. So, quarterly project box, quarterly webinar, that would be an online webinar that would be available for purchase, and probably a quarterly texture, although depending, textures may come sooner because they're easier to make. It depends. But I will be... Okay, who is that? I had one order. Amanda. Yes, you probably had a rolling pin and a form in there. And Squarespace just... Where are you at? Where are you located? But it depends on what you order. Now, I've gotten orders from you that were huge, so But it also depends on where you're located. But anytime you get an order, while we're still on Squarespace, I'm trying to get Shopify built. It's a little harder than Squarespace was. But if you're in Wisconsin, it shouldn't have been. The
one that seemed to mess up on one of the West Coast.
The West Coast, or yeah, California is usually the ones that really mess up. But always send me a screenshot and say, hey, this is what I was ordering and this is my address. Can you give me a more realistic shipping? And if shipping is way off and somebody just had ordered it anyway, when I run it through the regular software, I do refund shipping when it's, more than like $5. So I do that. Yes, Misty, we're going to do hands-on workshops as well. We are putting a building on our property to set up an actual studio and get all the stuff out of my house because it's in my house right now. We're going to get it all out of the house, and I'm going to do in-person workshops. If somebody has a studio and wants us to come and do a workshop, we will. And we will design a project box to bring to the workshop. We are going to be going to Michael Harbridge's expo in August. Paula and I are going to collaborate on a couple of things for that. But we are going to be doing that. And let's see. And that's kind of it. So I'm not going to promote the website like we have in this past couple years. I'm going to just kind of let it hang out there and do what it does. But mostly it's going to be the quarterly project box, the quarterly texture, a quarterly webinar. Now, for the webinars, we were considering doing the same thing as the project box. For instance, if there's going to be a quarterly webinar and you want to subscribe to that, you can. If you just want to buy one individually based on, ooh, that's a project I want to know, oh, that's not a project I want to know, you'll be able to do that as well. You could do a workshop after at my studio. I'm only an hour away. I bet that was Amanda, wasn't it? Yeah, yep. Amanda. Okay, so question, do you mean after Michael's expo? So or at a later date. So if you have a studio and you would want us to come and do a workshop, get a hold of me so I can put it on the schedule, because we're not going to overbook ourselves this year. We got buried in orders at the end of this year due to personal issues and taking care of Mr. Wilson's uncle. And I never want to find ourselves in that situation again. And I'll tell you, we got all the orders out, and normal orders for us is at least 10 business days. So we actually got them out and finished up within 6 weeks overdue. Does that make sense? So we were 4 to 6 weeks behind our normal 10 days, which in the grand scheme of things, and watching a lot of these other businesses, is really not that bad. I really didn't need to shut down ordering and stuff, but it's just Mr. Wilson and I, and there's just the two of us. Every single item we make, one of the two of us makes. And, we're tired. We got tired. And so I am glad we shut down. Still doing rolling pins. Jill, yes, ma'am. We will always still do rolling pins. We are gearing over more towards the carved ones. So let me ask you guys, those of you that have gotten any of the new carved one versus the lasered ones, which do you like? Finally found you. Okay, I don't know who that was. Oh, Penny. How is it that you finally find us, but we're in the same group every time we go live. I'm going to send you a personal link, Penny, when we go live, so that we can have you here for the live because we love you. So let me explain on the carved, the boards especially. There is a bit of a learning curve. Oh, good. Everybody's loving the carved. Yes. So on the carved
Thanks a lot, y'all.
pins, on the carved pins, you don't oil them. Yes, you oil them. Those are just wood. Those are wood, but not the boards. But they are so deep. But on the boards, there is a learning curve. And so what I say is take some clay, roll your slab just like you're gonna, and don't oil the pins, not the boards. The boards do not get oiled. The boards are made out of the same material as our forms. So you treat them like a form. You don't oil a form, so you don't oil a board. Rolling pins are wood, regular old maple. So yes, those can be oiled. I will tell you, you're supposed to oil your rolling pins so that they don't crack. And that's the answer. So if you don't oil them and they crack, we don't guarantee them. But I will tell you this, I have never oiled one ever. And I've not ever had a crack. Will you do the double-sided texture roller? Penny, I think it is 6 o'clock. No, wait. 6 o'clock your time. But 5 o'clock our time. The learning curve is on those boards. Take a piece of clay and roll on there because you got to get a feel for how you roll it so that you don't double expose it or get a ghosting. I always start kind of in the middle and lightly kind of go out and then go again. So practice with it. And you also want to practice so that you can get a feel for like what the depth is. You can kind of pull the clay up from one side. And the other thing is when you go to lift your clay, kind of lift on one end, lift on the other, lift on this side, and then put your hands under and kind of lift it straight up and over. Because if you just grab on one side and lift to pull, you're going to stretch the clay. That's just the way it is. I think you need to make your little thicker. Okay, I'm not sure what your. I don't know what it looks like. You're missing something. Who is that, Dale? Sherry Castanon.
You need to make your slab.
Oh, your slab a little thicker. Okay. Yeah. Yes, you can make your slab a little thicker. However, again, it's a practice thing because you may not want your bowl real thick. But if you do just your normal slab, our textures are so deep that you're going to have to play with that a little bit for what your personal preference is. The oil I recommend is mineral oil. It's very inexpensive. You can get it at any pharmacy. Will you be making more of the nesting collections? They are currently sold out. Who is that?
Kim Coleman.
Kim. Everything. Okay, so my website is shut down for orders. And when I first started to shut it down, I just started going through and putting everything out of stock. But I found out that was going to take me forever because I have like 500 items. And so I just shut the ordering ability completely off. When we get ready to reopen, I'm shooting for next week if I can get ClayCon people taken care of first. If not, it'll be the following week. But we will put up announcements. Be sure you're on the email list from our website. And that stuff will all go back in stock and you'll be able to order. But right now, it's not sold out. It's just unavailable because we're not open for orders at the moment.
Yeah, Barbara Ross asked you, said, yeah, the chicken rolling pin I really like. Would you consider making several stamps out of it?
Yes.
I think she's probably asking about look at all them chickens.
Yes, I'm assuming you're talking about look at all them chickens, and yes, we can make stamps out of the chickens.
We never have made stamps out of that one, have we?
No, we never did do stamps out of that, but we certainly can. Let's see. So, from what I'm seeing, everybody is loving the carved. Do you like the rolling pins or the texture boards better? I know that Miss Melody, who is on here, she is my sister from another mother, who is off vacationing without me.
Mom.
And though we were invited, but she has done a lot with the double texture. I showed that you can put your board down and then you can take a rolling pin with a texture and go right across. You cannot go back and forth, and you have to play with that to master that so that you don't double expose underneath. But remember, I showed you these. And that's what she did on these. So she had, and look at the depth of that. This is a board, and this inside was a pin, was a rolling pin. This is a board. Look at that depth. And this inside here was a rolling pin. So she had the board, she put the slab on top and rolled across it with her rolling pin and had a two-sided texture and made mugs. So it takes a little bit to play with, but you start figuring it out really fast. I'm so excited that you guys are loving the carved stuff because Mr. Wilson and I have put a lot of time, energy, and money into the carving and learning that and the equipment to do it and learning the software. So please do. I love those chickens. How can I order them? They'll be on the website when we reopen. Melody. Campsite next to her still open.
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, trust me. I would love to be. They are in their RV relaxing for a month. Can I go relax for a month, guys? I love your rolling pins. Who said that? It's a Facebook user.
Jean Ward.
Oh, Jean Ward. Thank you so much, my dear. I love a rolling pin. I probably need to play with the boards. Yeah, you have a board. I know you at least have the Founders board. Any Founders that I have on, all of you should have received your Founders kit. So if you haven't, let me know. Because to our knowledge, 71 today, Melody, and you rode your e-bikes today 25 miles. That's not resting. All the Founders should have their board. So if you don't, let me know. That was a special thing for Founders only. So if you weren't a Founder, sorry, never mind.
It's a whopping 24 degrees here right now.
It's 24 degrees here right now. And that's up by about 15 degrees from what it's been. All right. I think that is all. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, gosh. It's 6 o'clock. And I thought I was only going to be on about 30 minutes.
Yeah, right.
I apologize for not. Diane, both pins and boards. Yay. Charged is wonderful. Oh, carved is wonderful. What is a Founder? Who asked that question? Dill?
Deborah Crothers.
Deborah. So Founders. So 2 years ago, I started a membership, paid membership, and I opened it only for a very short period of time initially, just to get a group of Founders who would kind of be my eyes and ears and help direct which way they wanted things to go and things like that. And so they were my founders in that group. And then I opened it up. It's called the Slab to Fab. And then I opened it up to allow other people in. At the moment, I have that all closed down. Nobody's paying for it. Wait, that sounded bad. I have that closed down, and I have turned off payments so that while we aren't operating the Slab to Fab, none of those Slab to Fab people are being charged. That's what I was trying to say. I have not. Edie, you did not get your founders. Dale, will you? Edie Hall. Will you write that down so we can look her up, please? Edie, we will look that up. Please do not apologize for that. I will look that up and see where we lost you and make sure we get you one out. Had your newest grandson. Woohoo! Hey, that's way more important than this.
Then you got this lady here. Kim Cullen.
I am new to this. I am fascinated with how you do work. Where would I go to start to learn these techniques? I am beginning. Okay, so here in this group, Kim, at the top of the group, you'll see videos or media or featured. You can always click there and find our videos. You could also go out to Sharon Hoppy Designs, my YouTube channel, and either click the videos or lives and get the videos of demos. I will tell you, because we are changing the direction this year, I will be putting out more how-to videos on just how to use the products. And then again, I'll be doing, I'm really bad about my overdoing on a live. I would, instead of just showing you a technique, I would show you like a whole class or a whole project. I'm going to try to avoid that and save the actual big classes for the webinars. I am a founder, FYI. Who said that? Barbara.
Awesome.
Oh, yes, Barbara. You got your kit, right? So, of my founders, again, these were my very first people that were in my Slab to Fab group. They were my Slab to Fab group testers, if you will. So that's what the founders are. Even though we have paused those groups and paused charging for those groups, we still will be doing little things within that founders group, so that it just is always there. And I have Sherry Castanon is actually on tonight, and I don't know how many of you saw in this Create group, she posted these lidded jars that she made using a couple of our textures, and they're gorgeous. Well, if you are in that Slab to Fab group, Sherry has put together how-to videos start to finish, and I will get that put into that group. I apologize, Sherry. I should have had that in there. Was it stencils and templates?
Yeah.
Barbara?
But see, I don't remember seeing her on the list. I'll have to check.
We will. Mr. Wilson doesn't remember if he packaged one for you. He'll look. Did you get one? It would have been a board with this cable knit texture, and it was in the shape of a flower, and it had a template and a stencil, a round template with a hole in it, and it had a little 1-inch roller with like this little design right here. So if you didn't get it, email me. And a form. There was a form in it as well. So Sherry's jars, the how-to video will be put into the Slab group this week. All right, I think Kim, will the Slab to Fab app help? Okay, it's not an app, sort of. It is. What it is, the Slab to Fab group is much like this that we're doing here tonight in the Create group, but it's in its own little private Facebook group, and I do classes and bigger projects. It's not open at the moment, and I haven't decided if I will reopen it or not, or if everything's just going to be done in this group. So the best thing for you to do, Kim, is within this group and or my YouTube channel, start watching these how-to videos. That will help. And we will start going live again each week now with a new something that I will actually be doing each week. So typically it will be Tuesday night at 5 o'clock, same as tonight was. So be here Tuesday nights at 5. She got a stencil. Okay, we will look you up and see if we missed you, and definitely we will get that out. I actually need to send emails to all the founders because I'm feeling like we may have missed a couple, and I certainly obviously don't like that. So so you got Edie and Barbara, right? To look
Yeah, I
up.
got 'em up now.
Okay.
To look up.
We will look you guys up. We are still trying to catch up on our sleep from all of the drama of this weather and being up all night long. So we are going to call it a day. Thanks for joining us. If you have, we are going to start producing more of these deep textures. So if you have ideas, oh, and I see Melissa's on. Yeah, California is a 2-hour difference. So it's 6:16 here. It's 4:16 at yours. So we go live at 5 o'clock. Typically, that would be 3 o'clock your time. However, the replays are always here for you to watch. And so, I am talking with them to find out if we will be at Alabama or not, Melissa. So I will let you know on that. I will let you know on that. Okay. If you have ideas that you would like to see, email me at SharonHoppyDesigns@yahoo.com. I do not see every comment on Facebook. If you have order questions, when we reopen ordering, if you have order questions, do not put them in the Facebook group. I do not see those. If you have an order question, and nobody else cares about your order question, but you and I. So, not in the Facebook group. Email me direct, SharonHoppyDesigns@yahoo.com. The Facebook group is for people to see how to use our stuff, post what they've made with our stuff, and things like that. Not for ordering and that kind of thing. So those things, you email me direct, SharonHoppyDesigns@yahoo.com. If you have requests for things you'd like to make or like to see us make, do not put those in Facebook group either. Send those to me directly. Oh, how dare me. Guess what I forgot to tell you?
What?
Our baking line.
Huh?
Our baking line.
Or what?
Baking line.
Oh.
We have a baking line. So you, and Kim, this goes back to you as well. You can go up and do a search for casseroles. I did a live making casserole dishes, but we have created like a whole, like Granny's Pyrex baking pans. We have created a whole baking form set. So like a double broiler. Is that right? Double broiler?
Dutch oven.
Dutch oven. That's what I'm trying to say. Dutch oven. We have a Dutch oven with a matching lid. The like the Pyrex pans with matching lids. What else?
Red loaf pan
Bread loaf pan
and mini loaf pan.
and a mini bread loaf pan. Those were not new for ClayCon, so those won't be up on the website for the ClayCon private event. But those are in the works, and we're hoping to have those out very shortly.
Just because it's too cold to go work.
Well, that's because, yeah, we were working on those because it was too cold to go outside in the shop. And I will tell you, I lost my train of thought. I was going to tell you something important. I know I was. I don't remember. Anyway, any other questions that I missed, Mr. Wilson? Oh, and Melissa Bell, I am still working on that thing we were collaborating on. I will be doing more with Billy Singer. If you didn't see the dishes she made for ClayCon with our bubble dishes, our bubble bowls, those are here in the group. She actually made those to bring. A meatloaf pan would be nice. Awesome.
Hang on.
He-
Write that on the list.
My secretary's over writing that stuff down. Are you getting that, Mr. Secretary? Ooh, I gotta look. Yes, she did awesome. We had been working on that for months, and it was very disheartening that we didn't get to go out there, especially because several of those things were for me personally, and I didn't get to get them. I'm so sad. I wanted to own a Billy Singer, and I didn't get it. Susan, I don't know. I didn't see the backside. I did not see the backside of those. But I'm collaborating with her, collaborating with Paula. I talked with Melissa Bell and collaborate with, I've got other collaborations going with Tiffany. For those of you guys that are throwers, Tiffany's going to be doing some throwing stuff. Collaborations for us. And then of course Melody and I will be collaborating. So if you have something that you would love to collaborate on, shoot me an email. SharonHoppyDesigns.com, and we will put it in the works. What?
You tell that part of the bread pan is in the works. She asked about the bread pan.
Yeah, the bread pan is in the works. The bread loaf is in the works. If you remember, Deb, you're a founder. So Barbara Brown, was it last year? Almost 2 years ago? Year and a half or something?
We were at the lake.
Yeah. Year and a half ago, we made a prototype bread loaf, and Barb Brown, we sent it to her, and she made some bread pans out of it. And we just had a couple things we wanted to update on it, and we'll get those out. And there's going to be a baby bread pan too. Oh, well, what are the names of the bowls you said you and Mr. Wilson eat your salads from? Are we going to call those Ron salad bowls? Or are we going to give them a name? Not quite sure what we're going to call them yet, but I will have a name and I will post it out here. But they're salad bowls. So we'll come up with a good name. And if you guys want to come up with a name for them, then go ahead and put names out there. They're these.
You can't have mine.
And they are not straight up. They are not straight out. They actually have a round round profile. Muffin pan or mini muffins. Ooh. We can do that, and we can also do egg trays. What are you laughing at?
Melody Adams.
What?
Big ass salad bowl. Sorry, couldn't resist.
It is. His is taller. Mine's wider. Fill me up bowl. Ooh, I like that. Who said that too? Fill me up bowl.
Amanda Neal. I like that.
We did do this too, but I haven't played with it yet. It is a big, short platter, and it's really, really cool. So I'll have to see what we're gonna do with that. All right, guys.
He needs his own product.
Huh?
He needs his own product.
Mr. Wilson needs his own product.
Stacy.
Oh,
Stacy.
he does.
No, I don't. I just need fishing time.
He says he doesn't need his own product. He needs fishing time and hunting time. He hasn't hardly gotten to hunt at all. I'll try that out for you if you need a tester. Who is that?
Amanda Neal.
What is it you'll try out, Amanda? Oh, that platter thing. I have, where do I have one? Don't I have one made?
What?
Of the platter. That, like that.
No.
It looks like a 9x9 baker. It does. Deviled eggs we can definitely do. I made a really cool deviled egg thing for our square dance white elephant.
That basket must have made them.
You mean these? Oh God, I dropped it. This is the biggie. And oh, those products. Okay, so we have made Mr. Wilson a, what'd you call it?
A what?
Frog sticker designs.
No. Frog sticker design that outlook.
Yes, we have made him a frog sticker designs, and
That's right.
I think if we get the business geared where we want, so we get to slow down some and actually make some stuff of our own. I mean, you saw the colored clay stuff. Then we're going to add a page to the website for Mr. Wilson's knives.
I have a rolling pin too. I have 2 rolling
Well,
pins.
and he has a rolling pin, the diamond blade, Mr. Wilson's diamond. So he has a couple. Yes, my hubby wants one.
That's
Is
Ned Gardner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get those put up there. Yeah, those are not pre-bought blades. Those started out as just a slab of metal that he heat treated and ground, pressure dyed his own wood, made his handle blanks and everything. So he wants the hunting knife. Yeah, I love those hunting knives. So we'll have to see about getting those up there for Mr. Wilson too. We bought him a really
I don't have time.
badass grinder for that. And he's had it 2 years now, and he walks by and pets it every now and then. It's never been plugged in because we haven't had time. So anyway, that's all I have. Email me if you have ideas. Email me if you want workshops. And let me know if we hold workshops here. We put that building up and hold workshops here. How many would come and what kinds of things would you want to see at the workshop? Email those to me. Don't put those here in the group. Just email those to me. And I will see you guys shortly. I'm going to bed. It is 6:30 and I'm going to bed. So, thank you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Oops. I'm trying to use my mouse for the other computer. Good night, guys.